What's up, everybody? My name is Joshua McCarty, and if you don't know, I did 6 years across 4 different prisons in Georgia. And when I got out of prison, it was hard for me to find a good paying job. So I bought me a camera and decided to start my own company. So today, I know as videographers or filmmakers or cinematographers, whatever you want to call yourself, the hardest thing, or one of the hardest things to do, at least for me, was to find video clients. And there comes a time when you get tired of making videos for $100, $200, $300, or even $500, and maybe you want to get out of the making music video stuff. You're getting tired of people pointing guns at the camera and all that stuff and getting paid $150, because that's how I started too. I used to make like music videos for people, and then I realized, man, these people only want to pay the artists. They only want to pay $250 for a music video, but they have all this money on set and they're flashing all this money and stuff. They got all the jewelry on. Then they only want to pay me $150, $200. Then they're probably the most pickiest clients out of anybody I ever worked with. They want the edits fast. As soon as you get home, they say, "Hey man, what's up with the edit? When are the edits gonna be done?" I'm like, "Man, I just got home. I haven't even put the SD card inside of my laptop yet." So it can be very difficult working with and it's not just musicians. It's a plethora of people. You heard that word, plethora? I'm like, "Hey man, a brother been reading." A plethora of people who just don't want to pay, and it's hard to find good clients. So I'm not better than any other videographer out there, but I just found ways, and I've experimented with ways, and I found the best thing that works for me. Now I'm gonna give you the advice, and you can try it, and if it works for you, good, and if it doesn't, I guess you got to keep finding and keep searching for something until you find something that works for you. So the thing that helped me get, I guess, more potential clients is, and maybe you already do this, but when I'm driving down the road, anytime I see a business that looks halfway decent, I'll put it in my phone, or I say, okay, Google, or whatever. I'll defer to you. Stop. So I'll say that key phrase, and she'll put it in the phone for me. And by the end of the day, because I'm driving every day, whether I'm going to the grocery store, whether I'm going just driving to do anything and to pick up my son or whatever, I'm always seeing businesses. So by the time the end of the day comes, I have at least 20, 30 businesses in my phone. So the next day, I'll look on their website, see if they have a video on their website. I'll look on their social media, see if they have any video or photo content on their social media. And I don't really do photography, but hey man, if they paying, I'm staying. So I do the video stuff. I look and see if they got any type of other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, and see if they have any online presence there. And I'll have like 25 to 30 businesses in a Rolodex, if you will, in my phone, and I would send them a message. I would say, "Hey, my name is Joshua McCarty. I'm new to the town, but I am, because I just moved to North Carolina. But anyway, hey, my name is Joshua McCarty. I just moved to North Carolina, and I drove by your business, and it looks cool. So I checked out your website, and I see that you don't have a welcome video for your website. Or I checked out your Facebook or your Instagram, and all I see is photo content. Are you guys interested in video content?" And I will format it in a more detailed and professional way, but that's just like the gist of the stuff. And out of 20 clients that I will message, probably 9 or 10 will message me back, and out of those 9 or 10, or out of those 20, I'll probably land around 4 jobs, 4 out of 20. Now, if you're taking a test in school, or if you heard the sexy voice? Now, if you're taking a test at school, or you're taking a quiz or your SAT, 4 out of 20, you failed. But in a video, all it takes is a few good clients. You don't need to work for everybody. You don't need everybody to pay you. All you need is a few good clients, and for you to continue to do good work for those clients, and they'll either want to be a retainer client, or they'll recommend you to other people. And typically what I found out in video business is, if you have a good client and they recommend you to somebody, they're not going to recommend you to somebody who's not also a good client. A good client meaning somebody who's not picky for the price that they're paying. Because if you're paying like $5, $10, $20,000, you have the right to be picky. Someone that pays on time, someone that communicates well, someone that doesn't try to do project creep, meaning they don't try to add things that wasn't into the contract and say, "Oh, can you just do this real video for me real quick?" Or, "Can you just give me this another edit since you're editing this stuff anyway, they don't do that. So typically I found that good clients always, well, most of the time, recommend other good clients. So when the next time you're driving, when you're driving down the road, when you're driving down to pick up lunch, or if you're on a break at work, if you're doing like if videography is your side business, anytime you're driving, even if you're in a passenger seat, look around. Don't just be listening to music. Well, you can listen to music, but while you're listening to music, also be looking around to your left, to the right, and see what's in front of you, and look at businesses and say, you know what, this might be a good potential client, because all it takes is one client to say, you know what, we were just looking for somebody to come in and film a commercial for us, or we were just looking for somebody to come in and take headshots for all of our people here. And if it's a real big business, they're willing to pay $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. And the most I ever made from a client, I call them drive-bys. I don't know if that's a negative connotation or not. But I'm from the hood, hey. So the most money I ever made from a drive-by is probably like $8,000 for a client. It was like a manufacturing company. They needed a manufacturing company. They needed headshots. It was like 70 employees there, and they wanted a full commercial to sit on the website. It was like a minute and a half, and like 4 pieces of social media content for their Facebook. So yeah, and that was $8,000 that I made from that, all from doing a drive-by.